The 1983 women's cross-country team, led by Hall of Fame coach Gary Truce, is the first women's team enshrined in the Binghamton Athletics Hall of Fame. The team capped a dominant 1983 fall season by placing 5th at the NCAA Division III Championship, the highest national finish of any women's team in school history. With a roster of just one senior and 2 upperclassmen, Binghamton won 3 of 5 dual meets and then asserted itself into the championship portion of the schedule. At the inaugural 8-team SUNYAC Women's Championship, hosted by the University of Buffalo, the Colonials put 4 runners in the top 11 and won the title going away. Junior Alice Willis won the race by 14 seconds. Sophomores Jocelyn Siebold and Darielle Oliker placed 3rd and 8th respectively, and freshman Jean Williams finished 11th, allowing Binghamton to post a score twice as low as runner-up Buffalo State. At the ECAC Championship, Willis was 3rd overall to pace the Colonials to a 3rd place showing among 22 teams. Next up was the NCAA New York State Regional, where Binghamton put 3 runners in the top 7. Willis placed 3rd, senior Marilyn Milligan was 6th, and Siebold was 7th, good enough to push Binghamton up to 2nd place in the 11-team field. The team also placed 3rd at the New York State Championship. The NCAA Championship was held on November 19th at Newport News Park, Virginia. Willis covered the 5K course in 17:20 to place 12th in the field of 113 elite runners. Milligan finished 21st to join Willis as an All-American. Oliker, Siebold, Williams, sophomore Lucy Benzoni, and sophomore Doris Delmonico combined to give Binghamton a score of 151, good for 5th place among 12 teams. The 1983 women's cross-country team, forever enshrined in the Binghamton University Athletics Hall of Fame.
I think the thing that really made it happen is we had very good leadership coming in. And I think this is where Alice Willis and Jocelyn Siebold came in, and they were both very good human beings, fantastic people, and they were out for sports for the right reason, to just try to see if we could pull together a team. They were such a team-oriented couple of girls, Jocelyn and Alice, and all the other girls just kind of fell in line with them. They were very likable. The other girls liked them. They were not party animals, you know, and so this team just developed with a bunch of young women that were all very similar in thoughts and just wanting to be a part of a team. And to see that these girls developed as runners while they were here was so pleasing to see, because when I told people, you know, this is pretty much a non-recruited team, you know, I mean, a girl comes out because she didn't make the tennis team, a couple of other girls came out just to see what cross-country was like, and so to have those young ladies develop into such runners was just unbelievably pleasing to see. These people, they got together, I remember, several times a week, and they'd have dinner with each other, and they just really enjoyed each other as best of friends.
As a team, we supported each other, and there was a lot of camaraderie amongst us team members. And one of the things that we did outside of all the pressure from the having to perform in our studies, we got together and had a homemade pizza party on a Friday night so we could get away from the racing and get away from the studies and just be friends and talk to one another and just support each other. Our coach, Gary Truce, had very structured workouts, and it gave us the strength and the speed and the confidence to know when we get out there during a race that we could perform well and win.
You know, I just try to present a program to them on a gradual system of development, taking each one from the lack of distance running experience that they may have had and try to build them up very gradually. And I think that helped because they didn't put an awful lot of pressure on themselves. I think they also competed with the attitude, well, let's just see what we can do, you know, and they had so much fun before competition. And I remember when we went to the regional meet, it was up at SUNY Cortland, and there was a tremendous snowstorm that came in. The snow was coming down so hard it was almost, I don't know how many inches, it seemed like it was almost 8, 12 inches deep. And the girls were like playing in the snow before the competition. And I thought, this is crazy, you know? I mean, I don't even know if they're taking this thing seriously. But I think because they had such a light-hearted attitude and just made fun out of everything, made it fun, they took all the pressure off their own shoulders and they just had fun running the races. And I think that's what really helped.
We were asked by our coach to do just a simple 6-mile training run. So we put our money together, and at the time there wasn't, the shorts that they make now were different than what they made then, so we had to put our money in our shoes and, along with our transit token. So we ran up to Pat Mitchell's ice cream store and then took the transit bus back to the campus, and I don't think Gary Truce ever knew that we did that. But anyway, that was a very special memory that I have from the team.
And I think this is what I felt proud about, that they were such good human beings, and that they had so much fun. When we were on the way to these competitions, you know, they didn't show all this fear and about the races. As a matter of fact, they would say, "Coach, do you have any stories for us?" You know, and I would tell them things like ghost stories and things like that. And they were just such a joy to have as athletes on the team, and they were just excellent human beings. I was just 100% proud of every single one of them.